Okay, guys, welcome. We are officially starting our group chat today. Great to see everybody. We have a lot of people here on the chat. And in this group chat, I want to cover how to keep your business kind of slow-proof. So I've got a little presentation for you guys on how to keep your business going strong even during slow times. Because right now it's March, it's tax season. A lot of people got their refunds. So some members saying that there is a little bit of slow time. So I want to give you guys some ways to help get you through those slow times. Now, it's not too slow for some people because some people here are doing 10, 15, 20, 30,000 a month. So that doesn't mean it's really, there's no business. It just means we have to do things a little bit differently, get a little tighter, and improve our skills. And then, once we upgrade our skills in the slow time, when when the slow time passes for that month and it gets good, our sales will skyrocket and we'll get even better. We'll just make bigger and bigger profits. Okay. So before I get started, I want to recognize a couple people here. First off, I want to recognize how many people have been using the Credo. I want to recognize Kenneth Bermudez. He had got a phone today and he is using the Credo. And I want to say, for those people, if you haven't started using the Credo yet, I've noticed a massive change in the members who have been using this Credo regularly and actually saying it out loud each day. Their attitude, their mindset, their results have gotten so much better. It's almost like a different person after a month when I see people reading the Credo. Chris says, I made a new Credo. Jesus says me. Chris says yes. Mohammed says yes. Bob says good. Okay, excellent. Kenneth, here he is. He's right here. Awesome. I didn't know you were on the chat. Good to see you, Kenneth. So I hope you don't mind me using you as an example here. If you want, feel free to come on and talk about how the Credo helped you, because if you'd like, because I'd love to get more members reading this. But Credos are very important because what they do is they literally train our brain to think the way we want it to for success, okay? So has anybody ever experienced frustration in this business where someone got mad at you, you weren't getting the things that you wanted, maybe you couldn't get the deal? This is going to train you to program your brain to not react to those people. I am in full control of the conversations. I manage my time effectively. I am willing to hear no 10 times before I hear yes in order to close the deal. And if you say this stuff to yourself every day, like Kevin Ramirez, I just want to tell you a quick story about Kevin. So Kevin, he posted this today in the group. He says, I've been getting a good amount of leads and closing a ton. One thing I struggled with was staying motivated and positive. What helped was the Credo and reading books. Also changed up my Facebook profile. So I asked Kevin if you mind if I used him an example. And we're going to go into the presentation in a second, but I wanted to say how important mindset is in this business. Because sometimes people say, oh, I don't want the mindset stuff. Give me the specific stuff. But I wanted to tell you, Kevin posted a bunch of ads. He was using the script, the objection and negotiation script. He was posting in groups. He was doing everything he was supposed to do, and he still wasn't getting results. So I was a little pondered by, I was puzzled by that, right? Because he had reached out to me and I said, well, let me see what's going on. And I thought, well, the only reason usually, if that's the case, it's someone's attitude, because for some reason, whenever I asked him these things, he said, no, that didn't work, that didn't work, that didn't work. So I said, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to watch, there's a group chat here in the course. It was this one right here. I said, I want you to watch this group chat. It's a 10,000 a month mindset. It breaks down how mindset is so crucial in business, and it was goal settings and things like that. And then it was also a text breakdown of someone who had said no 10 times, and we still closed them. So I said, watch that video, and I want you to read this Credo every day for 30 days. And here he is, 30 days later, Kevin is crushing it, and he's already buying a lot of phones and getting leads in. So that's how important this Credo and mindset is. And by the way, for people that are using Facebook profile, I want to say something. When Kevin changed up his profile, there was a big difference. Do you guys mind me going over this? Is this helpful really quick to show you this? Examples of what to do wrong on a Facebook profile and what to do right, because this is something that can make a big difference. Diana says mindset is everything. Chris says retraining the brain. Awesome. Oh, Kenneth says he has no mic. Oh, sorry, Kenneth. Francisco says no, I'm resisting with no logical reason. Okay, so Kenneth had he kind of had some pictures here that maybe weren't as professional, right? And Kevin, I love you to death, man. So I hope you don't think I'm criticizing you if you're watching the replay here. I just, it's good for everybody to know where you were and how good you're doing now. So he changed his profile around to be more professional, right? He has I buy smartphones here. He's got a picture of his eBay sales. He's showing pictures of phones with cash. He's got his business cards. And before, he kind of had some, rough looking pics. They weren't something that you might be maybe a little nervous to reach out to him on. But now he's doing posts on his profile too. I love what I do. I love helping people get quick cash for their phones. He's got his business cards. These business cards look great. Cash for smartphones and electronics. Love those business cards. Nice and clear and simple. Great job on that, Kevin. Right? He's showing he just built a website there. He's posting all the time that he's buying smartphones. Now let's go back about a month and let's see the difference in his posts. Okay, so here we go. So here is this is a little bit older of his profile. Okay, let's look through this. Does anybody see a difference in the vibe of the profile versus now versus before? Can anybody spot a difference? Give me a comment if you guys notice anything. What do you guys see differently? Tom Max says big time. Kevin makes me want to be better. Kenneth says more professional. Keith says more professional, right? Jesus says yes, more business. Bob Fritz says yes, it wasn't professional looking. So, you know, it's just kind of got random posts, nothing that's like, you know, shows that he buys phones and things. And then you go up here, it's like now when he posts in a Facebook group or he's on Marketplace and they want to stalk him and say, well, wait a minute, is this guy someone I want to do business with? And they're like, oh, all right, he's an eBay seller. Look at that. He's got phones in his hand. He loves what he does. This is huge. I love what I do. Love what I do. I love helping people get quick cash for their phones. He loves what he does. This business brings nothing but good energy. Wow, this guy sounds like a high vibe guy. He sounds pretty cool. And, you know, I guess I want to sell my phone to him. Oh, he's got business cards. He's not a fly-by-nighter. He must be taking this seriously. I'll sell him my phone, right? And just little things like this are the difference between maybe not getting any deals and getting massive amounts of leads. Do you guys agree with me? Would you, if you were a customer, would you think that stuff too if you were looking at this stuff? Mohammed said, I'm copying his profile. Joe says, went from clown to serious guy. Yev says, more goal-oriented and serious. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he was a clown. Kevin's a good kid. He just didn't have his profile, you know, set up right. So Chris said, I had a girl admit to stalking my profile to make sure I was messing around, but people can't see your profile isn't public. Chris says, I post a lot of family stuff. Jay says, I get a lot of deals, but maybe I can max out my leads with my other profile. So family stuff is okay too. But if you want to show, you know, whatever your business in, you want to show you're in that business, right? So that's a quick tip for you guys today. I just wanted to recognize you. If you haven't downloaded the Credo yet, it's right in the important documents for the course. Just go to Phone Flipping Superstar Credo, download it, print it out, guys. Put it on, you know, as your wallpaper on your phone or on your wall, and just read this every single day. It's so important. Okay, now getting to, you guys had said you wanted to learn a little bit how to keep your business stable in a slow, you know, during a slow month. Okay, so I want to break down a little bit about the psychology of business and how it works. With most businesses, really, it's not just phone flipping. So if you want to be in business, who here is in it to be a long-term entrepreneur? How many entrepreneurs do we have in this group right here? Give me a yes if you're an entrepreneur. Cheryl says yes, yes. Well, the yeses are pouring in like machine gun fire. Okay, so if you want to be an entrepreneur, right, then these are important principles that you're going to learn for any business you ever want to do. Every business I've ever owned, I've had to learn this stuff. So now, this is specific to the phone flipping business, but the principles I'm going to teach you guys here are applicable for any business if you want to be an entrepreneur. So 40% of our leads come mostly from cold traffic or ads. So when you guys place an ad on Craigslist or LetGo or Facebook Marketplace, right, those are called cold leads. That means this person doesn't know you at all. They never heard about you. They see your ad. They're like, is this person for real? Are they going to scam me? They're skeptical. They finally do business with you. Who agrees that cold leads are much harder to close than a referral? What do you guys think? Cheryl says yes. Frank says yes, yes, agree for sure, absolutely, right? Because why is it? Because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Let me take that down here. Know, like, and trust. That means they have to know you, they have to like you, and they have to trust you. So this is key right here because there's a lot of power in these three words, know, like, and trust. Okay, so 40% of our business comes from repeat customers. That means these people have come into our store or they've done business with us. They've liked their experience. We paid them a fair price. We were friendly. We treated them good. And they came back to sell us a phone before. Okay, who here has had the experience of dealing with a repeat customer and, you know, you found that those people are so much easier to deal with as far as negotiating? Give me a 3 in the chat. Give me a 3 if you've made so much money off referrals more than cold traffic. I see 3, 3, 3, machine gun fire coming in, 3, 3, 3. Chris says all the time. Francisco says I have, yes. 3, 3, 3, 3, right? So guys, this is like our bread and butter right here. We just had a guy today. He came in, he sold us multiple MacBook Pros before. He sold us iPhone X's. Came in, he sold us 2 iPhone XRs right on the spot. This guy sold us a couple iPhone XRs a few weeks ago. Now, this guy was a little bit of a stickler. He always kind of gives my employees a little extra hard time negotiating him. He's a nice guy, but he always tries to get top dollar. But for the most part, most of our repeat customers, you just offer them one price and they take it. So it's not hard negotiation. This is where the hard negotiation lies, right here, is your first customers. Okay? Then you also have business from referrals. So these are people who are friends of the people that you've already done business with. Okay? Or you don't necessarily have to have done business with someone in order to get a referral from them. So for example, Chris Schroeder is at $35,000 for the month. He actually asks people, even if they don't sell him a phone, if they know anybody else who would like to sell him a phone. Chris, do you mind talking about that for a second? Do you want to unmute yourself? Chris is dancing there. He's happy that he's making all his money.
Yeah, I'm here.
So Chris, how did your referral thing work out? We learned this from selling Kirby vacuum cleaners. We used to get a list of referral names, and Chris learned that same strategy. So can you tell everybody how you got referrals from people?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten a couple. I kind of pick and choose who I get referrals from. I'm not going to lie. Because the 5 people that you hang out with the most are almost just like you. So if somebody sells me like an iPhone X or an iPhone 8 Plus or something, I want referrals from that person because I know all of their friends are just like them. So, I mean, it works out. I mean, I've gotten just a couple of leads from it, but I mean, I've made some money off of it. So, I mean, I can't complain. It's
Absolutely.
just more money. So
now, if you can get good at the referrals, guys, when you're on a phone call or you're on a text with someone, or when you do business with someone, just ask them, do you know anybody else who is looking to sell their phone or has stuff to sell? Let me give you my business card. Okay, so that brings us to business card. Who here has business cards and is using them?
me.
Says me, yes, yes, yes. Tell me no if you're not using it, and tell me yes if you are. Because I see a lot of yeses, but a lot of people, I'm not sure if everybody here is doing it. Kenneth Noble says no. Okay, thank you for being honest, Kenneth. Scott says yes. Jesus says no. Harlan says yes. Says no. So what does it tell me, guys, about, let's say Kevin here. Let's use Kevin an example, because Kevin, look, he's a young kid. You know, Kevin, I don't even know how old he is. I think he's like 18, right? 18-year-old kid taking his business seriously, you know. I love to see that type of stuff. I wish I could make that kind of money at 18. And look at these business cards. When he shows you a business card like this, and he says, I buy phones. If you have anything else, please let me know. Look even what he says in his post. Feel free to contact me for any electronics you might be interested in selling. What are you thinking about Kevin as a business person? Are you thinking like, I want to help this guy out? Or are you thinking that he's a fly-by-nighter? What do you guys think? Fly-by-nighter, or you think he's a professional business person? Shows he's serious, right? Okay, and guys, you never, in business, if you want to try it out, it never works out. It's kind of like dipping your foot in a freezing cold pool, right? You ever try that one? It's terrifying. Dip your foot in that pool, you're like, it's cold. And then you dip your foot in the pool again, you're like, it's cold. You're never going to get in that pool. You're never going to do it, right? You're just going to jump in and go, oh, that was freezing. Okay, I'm good now. That's it. So it's just like phone flipping. And phone flipping, guys, you just got to jump all in and go all in with it. You've got to have the attitude. You've got to just go all crazy for 30 days, do everything I tell you guys to do. And then that's where it's like, poof, you get all that junk out of the way, all the problems, and boom, you're done. Okay? So business cards, very important, guys. If you haven't ordered them, you go to vistaprint.com and you get a free set of business cards, and they just charge you for the shipping. It's like $10, right? So don't let $10 stop you guys from making thousands of dollars of easy money. Remember, repeat business is easy money, and that's what we want. We want easy money. We don't want to work hard. These are the work hard customers, the ones we get from the ads. So we don't want to be running a business off all work hard customers. Who here wants to work off all cold leads their whole life? Not me. That is a nightmare. That was not a fun business to work off, because every time you're always chasing new business. You want people that call you up and they're like, hey, Chris, how's it going? Yeah, I got an iPhone 8. You want to buy it? Okay, yeah. I can give you like $150. Is that cool? Yeah, sure, that's fine. Should we meet at the same place, Wendy's? Yeah? All right. Sounds good. I'll see you there. That's the kind of customers we want, right? Okay, so guys, when things get a little bit slow, like for right now, when business is tax time and stuff like that, this is where your repeat customers come in and they save your business. Now, there's a 3-month. I find it's like a 3-month building period. So if you're new at this, right, it takes, for any business I've ever started, and I've started multiple, right? It's like a 3-month delay to get the business going. The first month is the hardest because you only can work off the cold traffic, the hard customers, right? But then as you do business and you really treat every customer well, you like thank them, right? And you always say, thank you. I really appreciate your business. How do you feel when someone says they appreciate you? What do you want to do more of? You want to do more for them, right? When you say to someone, hey, thank you for selling me this phone, I really appreciate that. They want to sell you more phones. They want to give you more business. They want to help you out, right? So let people know you appreciate their business, and please let me know if you have anything else to sell. Now I know Chris Kripe is doing that, and Chris is over 30,000 for the month, and he's been doing this quite a bit actually. And this took him from 20,000 to 30,000 a month just using this one technique by thanking people, asking for the business, and giving them a business card. Okay, so the first month is a little bit of a struggle. That's where you're just going to post tons of ads. You're going to post massive amounts of ads on LetGo, ads on OfferUp, ads on Craigslist, ads on Facebook groups, and do whatever you can if you want to do good numbers, right? Like, is everybody here trying to do numbers? Like, if you just want to casually do a couple thousand a month, that's cool too. I don't want to pressure you. That, like, if you want to just spend 1 or 2 hours a week and make yourself an extra $300 or $400 a week, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you want to do like 10,000 a month and you're trying to really go, all out with this, then you want to try to go all out with your ads and try to get leads. But then as you get them, you want to try to make the most of everything you can. Once you've got a customer, they're worth 15 times more than a customer you've never done business with. Okay? So I want to spend a lot of time on negotiating and going through critiquing for you guys today and the negotiation psychology. But did you guys find this helpful? Or do you have any questions on this? Give me something that you guys are going to implement that you learned from this right now. What's something that you went, oh man, I'm going to start doing this? Is it going all in? Is it thanking the customers? Is it giving them a business card? Oh, here's Kevin right now. He says, what did I miss? Kevin, you're a celebrity. We've been talking about you the whole time, actually. Tom says, create website and better business cards. Chris Castillo says, consistency. If you have problems with consistency, guys, that Credo helps a lot. So try to use the Credo if you're having a hard time with consistency. Jay says, using my business profile more than my DJ profile. Jesus says, business cards. I says, notice the business card didn't have a name on it. Yeah, you don't really need to have a name. Some of the best business cards I've seen with members that have done really, really well didn't have any name. They just had like big cash for phones in the picture and then with the telephone number. Because that's all. People don't really care about your name, really. They don't care about what you're going to do for them. Jamie says, going all in. I've been splitting my time with too many things. Chris says, I need to stay consistent. Corbin says, going to start using the Credo tonight. Awesome. Diana says, wow, Kevin, what a change. Awesome. Kim says, business cards and thanking people, reaching out to those who've already bought from me. Awesome. Kenneth says, create better business cards. Lane says, I want to make sure I tell people I appreciate their business. Bob says, I'm updating my Facebook profile with more ads. All right, Bob. Kevin says, does Feldon use a name? I'm not sure if Feldon uses a name for his business cards. Can't remember if I've seen Feldon's business cards. I'm not sure if Feldon's on the chat to ask. Loki says, going all in. Good. Francisco says, Credo every day and thank them more. Jeff says, I never thought the business relied on repeat business. Just seems so many people re-up the phones only so often. Oh, yeah, we get so much repeat business. I mean, I think half of our business is repeat business, to be honest, or at least 10,000 a month. So just to show you guys, we're at right now, let me see. We are at, and we're going to do an appraisal drill in a second and then get to negotiating. So we're at 30,500 for the month, but we just listed 20,000 this week and we already had 5,000 sales. So we're probably going to be over 40,000. So we got 15,000 in phones listed right now. All right, enough rambling for me. We'll get into the good stuff now. All right, so let's see. All right, quick test on appraisal drill for you guys. All right, I'm a customer. Now I'm not going to make this easy. Do you mind if I make this one tough on you guys? I feel like I want to challenge you a little bit. Are you guys good with that? Everybody good with the challenge? Okay. All right. So I say to you, I've got an iPhone 8 for T-Mobile and the home button doesn't work. Okay. I want you guys to type in the chat what you would search on eBay for, how much you think it will sell for, and what you would offer. So type your search in the chat, what you're going to type on eBay to search for that, what it will sell for, and what would you offer it. So they're like, yeah, I've got an iPhone 8. It's for T-Mobile. The only thing, the home button is broken. It doesn't seem to work. What would you guys do that one? Let's see what everybody says for that. Giving you a tricky one. Okay, when you remember, type in the eBay search, and then also though, type in how much it will sell, you think it will sell for, and then what you would offer for it. Okay, we got 2 responses so far. Let's see how fast we can get everybody on the chat to respond. I'm not going to read the responses out loud just yet. We've got 4 responses. Some of you guys are right on with this, which is awesome. Some of you guys, we're gonna, I'll go over, you know, how I determine the price here for you, so you guys will learn. But this is good stuff. And if you know, if you guys have no clue, just try it. You know, just type in the chat, because that's how you get better, right? By participation. And if you fail, hey, it's better to fail and learn than it is to not try, right? So don't be afraid to, you know, make the wrong mistake. It's okay. That's how we all learn, right? All right. So let me read some of the things that we got now that we had some people that participated. I see iPhone T-Mobile, iPhone 8 T-Mobile bad ESN bad home button. I see iPhone 8 T-Mobile crack bad ESN. I see offer 80, sell for 140. I see sell for 200, buy for 80. I see offer 130. I see sell for 240, buy for 100. So 120, buy for 120, sell for 220. Buy for 130, sell for 250. Okay, so here is the answer. You guys ready for this? Anybody still working on it? You guys ready for it? All right, here it goes. So here, the correct answer was iPhone 8 T-Mobile cracked screen bad. Oh, sorry, iPhone 8 T-Mobile cracked bad ESN. So let's do the appraisal together, so I can show you guys the exact process. iPhone 8 T-Mobile bad ESN cracked. Now you might be saying, well, Dave, you said it was a bad home button. You're right, I did. However, most of the time we won't be able to find a comparable that will say home button, because it's more of a rarer occurrence. So instead, we always use cracked as our baseline for the appraisal. Okay, so I said we would sell it for $209.95 and we would offer 100. So if you said offer 100 and you said sell for 209 or around 210, somewhere around those numbers within $5, then you nailed it. Great job. If not, let's see where you may have gotten confused or what happened here. So let's take a look. So if I type in iPhone 8 T-Mobile bad ESN cracked, let's see what shows up. So this one's a cracked front and back for $199. Now it's cracked front and back, so I might not want to use that one. And remember, we always appraise T-Mobile as bad ESN no matter what. So that's why we have bad ESN there. Sprint and T-Mobile is always bad ESN, remember. Here's one that's cracked, $229.99. This is an 8 plus. So this is, some of you guys I think may have appraised an 8 plus instead of an 8, and that could be what happened. Maybe, not sure, but that might be what threw your price off a little bit. If you were really high, like 250. iPhone 8 for $229. This one we can use. Cracked back. And let's see. Here's another one, $247.95, cracked back. That one's a cracked back only, so we don't really want to use a cracked back. We want cracked front. Here's a good one, $229, because the cracked front is a lot worse. And a home button is a decent amount of damage. So now, if it's a home button, for any weird things like buttons or home button, you want to use the same price as cracked on an iPhone minus maybe 10%, 15%-ish, right? Like go a little bit lower than what you'd appraise. So, you know, if we take $229 and we minus $20, we get $210. So that's how I arrived at that. Okay, and it's also because, remember, appraisal is an art, guys. It's not an exact science. So we just want to get as close as possible to the bullseye. We don't need to hit the bullseye. I said 100 because it is a damaged item and it's a home button. So if I'm wrong and it only sells for, let's say, 180, 190, because we never know 100% how the market's going to be, I'm still going to win and make profit. Okay. Did anybody learn something new on that? Did anybody type in, if you got it wrong, type in what you did wrong that you just learned so that you can fix it. Jamie says, I got you. That's what I was doing wrong. I didn't take the extra off. Kenneth says, I sell for 230 and buy for 120. I took the face value. Chris says, I want massive profit margins, so I'll say 80 with 100 being the absolute most I pay. I mean, you could probably get that phone for 80 bucks. Now, I gotta lie, that is, you on damaged items, you can lowball and usually get away with it. So once you're good, and you know, if you're brand new, I would try to stick to the regular percentages. But you know, if you're experienced, you can probably lowball a little bit harder on those and actually get them. Tom says for bad home button, I only found one and it was iCloud lag. So everybody sees, that's why we don't want to search for bad home button. We always want to look for cracked instead of bad home button. Someone said, so I see a lot of people did that, right? You type this in instead of cracked. You typed in bad home button. But remember, these are very specific words, and specific words usually eliminate most of our search. So if we search that, let's say 0, see, nothing shows up. And if we don't have anything to compare it to, then it makes the appraisal very hard. So we're going to use cracked on that. All right. Now, guys, if you struggle with this, highly recommend make sure to watch all the appraisal videos, because these explain all this stuff in detail for you guys. This is a brief overview, but I really go in detail with multiple items right in these appraisal videos here. How many people, being honest, have watched every appraisal video in section 3? Be honest now. It's okay. I want to see a no if you haven't, yes if you have. I just want to see for my own. Is it no? I see no. All right. So I see half no's and half yes. Thank you guys for being honest. I appreciate that, because at least I know now that if you're not going to watch the videos, at least try to cover these little things on group chats. I think you're going to do much better if you do watch the videos, guys, because there's really good, solid information in here. But if you're not going to, at least I can try to help you guys on the group chat. Francisco says, I want to say yes, but I want to repeat them. Okay. So I just, one of the things I want to tell you guys is that one common trait that most of the guys that have done over 10,000 a month is that they've watched the videos usually 2 to 3 times over. And that's a common trait for people that have done 10 or 20,000 a month or 30,000 a month, is they watch the videos multiple times, because it's repetition. The average person needs to hear something 20 times to commit it to memory. But anyways, I realize some of you guys are new and you're have a time time constraint, so that's tough. Chris Kripe says, I watched the group chats multiple times. Awesome. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff now. Let's get into the text critiques. All right. You guys ready for the text critique? All right. Kenneth is still watching free videos. Awesome. There you go. Okay, so let's take a look here. So really quick, before we get into the actual text negotiation, thank you for all the members that allowed us to look at your text. Okay, so at any time, if I say anything, I'm only doing this because I want to help you guys get better. So please don't be offended if I, correct something or I say I wouldn't do something like that. This is only to help you guys. Sometimes I realize I can say the wrong thing when I'm critiquing. So please, I apologize in advance if I do, step on anybody's toes. This is only to help you improve your negotiation. Before we get into that, I want to go over this, the 5 important elements to effectively negotiating more deals. How many people watched the group chat we did on this? It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I broke down these 5 important elements and how crucial they are to closing deals. It was being accurate with your appraisal and your offer, responding quickly to leads, building rapport and emotional control in the conversation and leading to the close, and gathering data from the customers and finding a solution to their problem. I went full deep dive into this for an hour on what this is and gave many examples of it. So if you haven't watched this, go into the course and type in 5 important elements, and you'll find that group chat replay. This was very, very powerful stuff and will help you tremendously if you're struggling closing deals. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of refer to this sheet for you guys as we go through these to see where someone went wrong. I can't, of course, I don't know if I can go to response time, because unless it tells me when they responded and stuff, I can't critique that, but I might be able to critique the offer. So let's say this guy says, hi, I'm Spencer Jacobs. How much you pay for an iPhone 5C through Sprint? He said, good morning. I could do $10 for you. And the guy says, pass. What were you looking to get for it? The kiosk at Walmart offers me $55. Have you taken it there already and already traded it? Okay, so this was not bad. It's a standard conversation, but let's look at these 5 elements and see how can we add these elements in there to get more deals, right? So let's talk about rapport. Well, first let's talk about the appraisal and the offer. Was his offer good on this, you guys think? What do you think? $10 for an iPhone C? Let's do an appraisal on that really fast. iPhone 5C through Sprint, I think, is like $50 is what they're selling for. So he offered more than I probably would have. Actually, I probably would have offered him $5. So his offer was about right. Yeah, $40. To be honest, guys, if it's $40, you don't want to offer $10. You only want to go up to $5 on those. I wouldn't offer 10. It's almost not really worth the time involved. So it's everybody's saying a little high. Yeah, $5, $5. Exactly. So we're going to try to stick to the 5 on that. So I would say, hi. Now see, he says, hi, I'm Spencer Jacobs. So what I would have responded, I was like, hi, Spencer, I could do $5 for you. Is that cool? So let's see what my response is versus his. So his response was, good morning, I could do $10 for you. What are we lacking here? We are lacking, I'm going to close this other one because I keep pulling it up. I gotta, shoot. I'll just, there we go, save it. There we go, okay. Let's look at rapport, emotional control. So he said, good morning. That was good. That's good for rapport. I would probably, I like that. I think good morning is okay, doable. I personally would have said, hi, Spencer. Does anybody know what happens when you say someone's name in a negotiation or a sales process? I know Bob Fritz started doing this and his sales went up dramatically. Bob is a 65-year-old guy doing $20,000 a month with phone flipping. And one of the things that he says was saying their name 5 times during the negotiation. He was on a group chat with us and we talked about saying their names multiple times. It does what's called building affinity with the person. So when you build affinity and you say their name, affinity is like a bond to you. It's kind of like a friendship, right? And you ever feel that, like, you ever look at someone and you just feel like you don't like them? And then some people, you talk to them, you're like, I like this person. I don't know what it is. When you say someone's name, they tend to like you and they don't even know why. It's called building affinity. So you say, hi, Spencer. On that particular phone, I could do $5 for you. Now, what are we missing here? Another thing we're missing is leading to the close. Okay, so we want to ask closing questions after every single response. We want to always follow up with the closing. Anybody ever seen what's that movie with Alec Baldwin? Glengarry Glen Ross, right? When he says always be closing, coffee is for closers. Well, it's true. You want to always be closing. So where this could be improved is I could do $10 for you. Is that cool? Is that fair? Is that okay? How does that sound? Anything like that in order to close. Okay? I got some background noise going on. Let me just kind of mute everybody here. All right. Now, guys, see this? We're spending a lot of time on just the first sentence. All right. Does anybody know why we spend so much? I'm spending so much time just on this one thing. Chris says, these are perfect things to say, dramatically increases my sales. Awesome. First impression. Yes, guys. First impression is so important in negotiating because if you have the first impression right, everything else is so much easier. It's like a snowball effect. If you start wrong, it snowballs out of control, gets harder and harder to close the worse you get. If you start off right, it's the same thing. It's a snowball, gets easier and easier to close. So we want to start off as powerful as we can be. So hi, Kenneth. I could do 10, I could do 5 on that for you. Is that cool? Now, you see, he might not have just said pass. If we had said it the right way, he would have said, oh, that's not really what I was looking for, because what we would have already done is build rapport. Right? Have you ever noticed, even if you're mad at somebody, if they talk to you really respectfully and they're nice to you and they treat you politely and with respect, not in a fake way, not like in an ingenuine way, but genuinely, they really respect you and they talk to you fairly. Do you find it much harder to be rude to that person? Even if, let's say, you don't like them, even if you don't agree with your saying, if they treat you with kindness and respect, wouldn't you agree it's harder to kind of be rude or mean to someone? Diana says, yes, dang it, loud, loud. Frankie says, yes, good debaters do this all the time. Tom says, absolutely. Okay, guys, so if you're getting a lot of stuff like this where people are being rude to you, check to see, are you building rapport? Are you leading to the close? Are you using their name? Very important. See, so much goes into just one sentence, guys. I could spend probably an hour just on this first page breaking down negotiation stuff for you guys because it's all these little things that make a huge difference to closing. So then now let's continue. What were you looking to get for it? So he says pass. Let's break down this one here. Okay. Let's just say if the guy did say pass or I'm not interested. And he says, what were you looking to get? What could we do to enhance this response? What could we do to build more rapport, more emotional control, more control in the conversation, more leading to a close, or more gathering data, finding a solution? What could we have done differently for that? What do you think? Kenneth says, I totally understand. Kenneth says, I understand. Keith says, add his name. What can I do to earn your business? I'm with you. Okay. So these are great tries, guys. With each person, it varies, right? And all your responses, guys, wouldn't be terrible. They would be okay, right? The most effective response would be something that acknowledges the person where they're at. So he says pass. That's a very cold, short response, right? So if you say, I totally understand, does that fit 100% there? Like, it's not horrible. It's not a bad response. And that's kind of like in the script that I have for you guys is I totally understand. But does it like really fit well? If he just says, I pass, and you say, I totally understand, is that something you would kind of say to someone like you're talking to in a conversation, you think? Probably not, right? It's like there's something off about that. So like what might be like, Bob Fritz has got a good one. No, ... How much were you looking for? I like that, right? Like maybe something like this. Let me open up a new page. Like maybe no. So and then like that ... How much were you looking for? Okay. What do you guys think? Does this seem to be more appropriate for the response that customer gives, guys? Who thinks that this would probably be a better response than just I totally understand, or like a cookie cutter thing, right? Or here's another thing here. Someone says no, they don't agree with that. Okay. So Josh says, I say, how much were you looking to get? Let it go for. Well, that might be too early for that. I'll tell you why in a second. So here's some responses that I would give. No, ... How much you looking to get? How about this, right? How much were you thinking? Same thing as how much are you looking for, right? Like if I said to you, I like this car. I don't know what kind of car it is. Let's just say some type of car model, and you say, I hate those cars. I would probably respond like, how come? You see how that's natural? That's kind of like a natural response that most people would do. If someone disagrees, you say, okay, well, why do you think that? Right? So we say, that acknowledges them. See, what that does, that again, builds rapport. It shows that we're actually listening. Being an active listener in a negotiation setting is very important. By listening to the other person and actually genuinely understanding them in their position makes that person feel good, okay? And when we make them feel good, does that put us in a position of closing the deal or not closing the deal? Closing the deal, right? If you haven't watched this yet, by the way, and I know this is maybe a little over the head for some of you guys that are brand new, so don't worry, you'll learn this. You continue to keep watching the course videos. But if you go to section 5, I talk about the negotiation triangle, and I break down psychology principles. And there's 3 parts of the triangle. There is what we call, I'll just type it. You have emotional, logical, and extrinsic. And what that means is people will make a deal with you for one of these 3 things, right? Who here has ever bought Girl Scout cookies because a cute little girl came to your door and said, will you buy my Girl Scout cookies? Like, who bought them? Even if you don't eat cookies, who just bought the Girl Scout cookies to help the little girl out, right? Here I am, right here. I'm always giving out to the cheerleaders and stuff like that. When we get out of the grocery stores, they're there. I'll buy the cookies, and then I'm not going to eat them because if I do, I'll gain 1 million pounds, right? So that's called emotional. They're giving you money literally just to help you out because they want to be nice to you. Believe it or not, I've had people, anybody ever have someone just give them a phone? I've had people give me phones. I've had people give me phones that were worth $200 for $20 just because I was really nice and I showed them I actually cared and was listening and wanted the business. They would give me deals. Now, who here has ever had a pushy salesperson and you went out of your way to make that guy's life a living hell because he was rude to you? Anybody had that one? Yes, right? Again, emotional experience. Someone says, F that guy. Yes, right? So that's the emotional experience again in negotiation. We don't want to be that guy. We do not want to be that one. We want to be the Girl Scout, not the pushy salesperson. Then there's logical. Logical people are what most new people close. Because logical people are like, okay, you're going to give me 100. I know I could sell it on my own for 200, but I don't feel like it. Fine, I'll do that. But that's only 30% of the prospects. So if we don't learn how to close these other 2, we're not going to close as many people as we possibly could. We're going to get a lot harder, and it's going to be a lot harder to close. An extrinsic is people's pride, right? Has anybody ever, who likes it? You ever lose to someone and they rubbed it in your face, right? Like, they won, and then they like made you feel like a piece of crap because they beat you. Did you ever want to play that person ever again? Absolutely not, right? I got to tell you, one of my friends is one of the best Monopoly players in the world. And by the way, I was really excited. I actually played in a big Monopoly tournament for charity down in Virginia this weekend. I placed top 3 against some of the top Monopoly players in the world. So that was pretty exciting. But a little sidetrack. Anyways, so my friend, he's one of the best Monopoly players in the world, and he says, you know, whenever he loses, he never gloats. He never rubs it in his opponent's face. He always says, you did a good job. You did the best you could. And he always congratulates his opponent. Now, my friend, who's a good Monopoly player, also happens to be the deputy chief negotiator for the U.S. Labor Board. He works second under the president. So this guy is an amazing negotiator as well. And amazing negotiators know that when someone feels like they lost, they're not going to do business with you. Nobody wants to feel like a sucker. Nobody wants to feel like they got beat. Nobody wants to feel like they got taken advantage of. So if you seem over-eager in your text negotiations, if you seem like you're trying too hard, you're using a script, you're treating as a number, you're not listening to them, and they feel like you're just trying to win them over, they will not do business with you. They will say things that don't make sense. They will be rude. They will swear at you. But if you can say, look, I understand that I'm making good profit here. However, I can make it easy for you, and I can give you the cash today, and I really appreciate the business. I would love to do business with you. Would that work for you? When I acknowledge that I'm not trying to just sucker, I acknowledge that person is smart, and I'm telling them, yes, I am going to make a profit. And I want to tell you, I do greatly appreciate what you're doing here, and I would love to work with you, and I'm happy to make this as easy as an experience on you as possible. This disarms my negotiation opponent and makes them feel comfortable knowing that I'm not going to rub it in their face. I know they're not a sucker. I know I am going to make a profit, and I'm acknowledging that they're a smart person and they just need some cash. Okay? Is this too advanced for you guys, or is this helpful? I don't know if I'm going overboard here. We haven't even gotten through one page in negotiating. I could talk for 3 hours just on this first negotiation chat. That's why everybody's saying great info, makes sense, very helpful. Okay, so let's get back to the text. Okay, so what were you looking to get for it? So he says the kiosk at Walmart offer is $55. Now let's see how we could respond here. He says, have you taken it there already and traded in? Okay, how can we enhance this response? Using the 5 elements of negotiation. Right? Appraisal, response time, rapport, control, leading to a close, gathering data, and now also using the negotiation triangle, which is no triangle here, but you just have to trust me, it's a triangle. What do you think would be an appropriate response that we could do maybe a little bit better on that one? So it says the kiosk at Walmart offers $55. Someone says Eco ATM offers $5. Yes, that is true. He said, I wonder why they didn't turn it in. Bob says, hi, Joe, I can do 60 and meet you in 30 minutes with cash in hand. That's good. The only thing is we can't do 60 because this is only an iPhone 5C. So remember, we still want to get the deal that we want. So we can't really actually go up from $5. So this is where being a really good negotiator comes in, because remember, we can't just increase our price. We actually have to still stick with $5 and close this deal. So we got to get him to agree to giving it to us for $5. Frankie says, I hear you. Is there any reason you didn't turn it in, Spencer? That's a really great deal. Oh, Frankie, I liked your response on that. I thought that was really good. So let's look what Frankie did here. He said, I hear you. Is there any reason you didn't turn it in, Spencer? That's a really great deal. So he acknowledged them by saying, I hear you. And he says, is there any reason you didn't turn it in? He used his name. He said, Spencer. And he says, that's a really good deal. He gave him a compliment, and he acknowledged them so that he knows that, like, he's not a sucker and he's actually kind of like on his side. Great job, Frankie. I really love that. So let's actually type that in. I hear you. He said, I hear you. Let me look. I lost the rest of that. Is there any reason you didn't turn it in, Spencer? Is there any reason you didn't turn it in, Spencer? That was a great deal. Now, feel free, guys, if you're watching this replay, or you can watch this replay a few times, you can make your own little script with this too, if you want, from what I'm showing you guys right now. You can type a little Word document like this and use this for future responses. He said, is there any reason you didn't turn it in? That is a really great deal. Love it. Great job. My response would be, okay, ... Love the ... because again, in acknowledgement, I would say, okay. Any reason that you haven't sold it yet? Because that is an amazing deal. That would be probably my response. Ah, okay. Any reason you haven't sold it yet? Because that's an amazing deal. So I'm acknowledging them again, the extrinsic value, let them know I don't think they're a sucker, right? And I'm understanding, I'm building rapport. Ah, okay. Then saying any reason you haven't sold it yet? Because that's an amazing deal. We know he's lying because we know, like Chris Kripe said, Eco ATM is only paying $5. And if you ever doubt, like if you want to check, verify for yourself. Just go to ecoatm.com. I think you can check the price right there. Oops, I put co. So if you guys aren't familiar, the Eco ATM is this machine that's in Walmarts and in the mall that pays cash for phones, right? And let's see, where's the cash thing on this? Let's see, recycle your device. Let's see if we can do an iPhone 5C for Sprint. iPhone 5C Sprint. Oh yeah, boom, there it is. Almost 16 gigabyte. No results. They don't even buy it. It's too junky of a phone that even Eco ATM won't give you cash for it. So guess what? Good old Spencer, is he telling the truth? No, Spencer's lying to us. Spencer. All right, but we can't say that. We don't say, hey, he's lying, right? You know, what you might want to say is you can say, have you taken there, traded? Now Spencer might go, let's see what he said after that, actually. Let's see what the follow-up is. He said, still have it, but I didn't take it there. I was looking for $65.70 for it, to be honest. What you could do is actually take a screenshot. You can go like this, iPhone 5C, Sprint. You can go on your phone, or if you're on a, I put TC. Oops, maybe that's why it didn't show up. Let me see. Let's see if we can find Sprint. Where is it? Yeah, they don't even have it. So what you could do, to see this little snipping tool I got, you can go like this. You can actually snip this right here and send them a pic of this. And you could say, send them that pic and say, if he, let's say he responded back like this. He says, I still have it, but to be honest, I was looking for it at $65.70, to be honest. So you say, oh, okay. And again, use the So now we're doing a double We're going, oh, okay, we're acknowledging him. Then we're doing a to kind of question him, right? Like, this is puzzling. So you would say, I just checked ecoatm.com and it looks like they don't buy iPhone 5C. Are you sure? Oh, I would say they aren't currently buying iPhone 5C. I would love to do 60, but the market just isn't there for that phone, unfortunately. I understand $5 isn't a lot, but I can bring cash today, and I can also buy other items you have. Now, I've combined a lot of things into this, right? Because who here finds it difficult to buy the $5 phones? Anybody? Type in the chat if you struggle with these $5. So I'm spending a lot of time in writing this out for you guys to show how you can flip people from these $5 phones into selling you multiple items. It takes a little bit more work, right? So I'll break down this whole thing. So I'm acknowledging them here. Okay. I just checked ecoatm.com. It looks like they currently, they aren't currently buying iPhone 5C. I would love to do 60, but unfortunately, the market just isn't there for the but the market just isn't there for that phone, unfortunately. I understand $5 isn't a lot. So when I say I understand $5 isn't a lot, again, that's rapport, right? I'm staying in rapport with the customer, and I'm in emotional control. I'm showing sympathy for them. And I say, I understand $5 isn't a lot, but I can bring cash today, and I can also buy other items you have. What else do you have for sale? Oh, actually, I would say, do you have anything else for sale? Do you have anything else for sale? And you can even say, I buy many items like laptops. Now, see, this response is lengthy. So this one, you might want to like take a screenshot of this, guys, and just turn this into a script for yourself that you can use, or a reference to study in the future if you guys want. Do you have anything else to say? I buy many items like laptops, tablets, iPads, etc. And then wait for a response. Because if we can bundle stuff, I find that, you know, $5 really isn't usually worth someone's time to meet up with you. But if you can buy something else and you can get them to $20, $30, $40, then they're a lot more willing to do business with you and meet up. Diana says, honestly, I just don't respond after my offer and they reject. Now I'll ask if they have anything else to sell. Ah, nice. So see, guys, there's so much follow-up here. And, you know, I got to tell you, do you know what we've been doing lately is if we're following with people that like stopped responding even a week ago, and my employee just closed a couple deals that way, he went back to old leads that were a week old and just re-engaged them like, hey, you still interested in selling the phone? And we got like 2 or 3 phones just from that. So if it's slow, guys, and you're not getting a lot of business, go back to your old leads, follow up with them, and try some of this stuff that I'm teaching now you watch this group chat and try to close them. You'd be surprised at what happens, because guess what? These people have called around everybody and nobody else is giving them any business either. They're not giving them more than $5. So when you follow up with them, you're going to be the only person they remember, and they're going to sell you their phone. Okay. Let's go back to the negotiation. We don't have a whole bunch more time left, but we've covered a lot here. So I think we've got a lot of stuff, good stuff covered today. Let's see. I'll skip the rest of Brad's because we went over Brad's. Let's try Lokesh. Lokesh, are you still here on the chat? You said you want me to critique yours, right? Let's take a look and see how we could do this better. Lokesh, you still here? Oh, yes, he says yes. Okay, great. So it's this person says, hi, I'm Dakana. Is it still available? So this obviously is like an offer up or a let go. I'm not sure exactly which, probably offer up or let go. And then it's just she says it's still available. Is the price negotiable? I said, what's your offer? I would love to offer you $175 for it and give you cash today. It will be an easy sell for you. I'm trying to think where the phone is. Not fair. Lokesh, can you tell me what this was? I'm trying to see where the initial contact was.
It was actually a reach out method. I just saw that it was an iPad 6th generation.
Ah, so this is not someone who responded to your ad. This is someone who was selling an iPad 6th generation on LetGo, and you reached out to him and tried to close him?
Correct.
Does anybody want, well, okay, so this is a little different, right? Because you guys I don't really teach the reach out in my course and stuff like that. But if you guys want, I'll tell you how I would close this person. It's a completely different ball game than some, because your position is different now, right? They don't need your business, right? So when someone responds to your ads, they are, they need the cash fast. They see your ad, they want cash. They're not going to sell it themselves. The people that you're reaching out to here, they are selling it themselves, and they probably have multiple offers on it. So you lose your power because you're competing against a bunch of other people. So the only way you could compete, what's a way you can compete against someone that's already getting multiple offers on something? What's a way that you can compete with that person? Let's see if you guys can figure it out. Fast cash, right? I can make it easy right now. So what we're doing is we're hoping that this person is burnt out. And I don't know, have you guys ever tried selling something on Craigslist or locally? You get a lot of not so very fun people to deal with. Let's just put it that way, in a nice way, right? Everybody says, yes, it's annoying, right? You get tired. People try to lowball you all the time. People trying to creepy people sometimes ask a million questions. They never buy. There's flakes. They don't show up to buy your stuff, right? That's why we don't sell locally. We sell on eBay. But for these people who are selling their stuff locally, that's what they're experienced with. So what we're hoping is they're having some pain and frustration. If you're going to do a reach out method, guys, it's a numbers game. Let's say, for example, you've got, there's a bunch of people, let's say hundreds of people listing items. You got to contact 20 or 30 of them and hope you catch one of them in that push, like pain and frustration moment where they just had a guy blow them off. They're aggravated. And you have to appeal to that in order to close them. Does this make sense? NW says, I can pay you fast cash today, take it off your hands so you don't have to wait and sell a phone for days. There you go. That's a good one right there. So he says, is the price negotiable? What's your offer? I said, I'd love to offer you $175 for it and I give you cash today. Is that fair? I don't know if is that fair is appropriate in this response. Says, thanks for the offer, but the lowest I would let it go is $200. You know, what I personally would do, I don't do the reach out method, guys, but I'm just going to teach you based on the negotiation sales principles I know, based on doing $1 million a year in business and selling, you know, thousands and thousands of sales transactions in my life. This is what I would personally do. I would say, hi, is this still available? And she says, what's your offer? I would say, I would make it like a little thing like this. I'll make a little script for it. I will be totally upfront. I am a reseller and looking for more items to flip. I could offer you, I can't pay your asking price, but I can do X amount, whatever it is, and bring you cash right now. So what you're doing is you're acknowledging that they're smart. You're saying, look, you're kind of like calling, you're telling, look, I want to lowball you. You know, like, here's the thing. I'm not going to pay what you want, but if you're willing, I'll come to you right now, give you cash. And you just make a lowball offer. So you can copy and paste this right here. I've been told I'm a reseller looking for more items. So if I can't pay your asking price, but I can do X and bring you cash right now. So then you type whatever that offer is going to be. Like, you do an appraisal on the item and you're like, well, I can make a profit if I get this thing for 180. Start off at like, I could do 170 and bring you cash right now. Would that work? In this situation, I don't think I would do a closing question. I would just throw it out there because you're going to waste a lot of time trying to close people because, again, this is a numbers game. So someone might not even be wanting to sell this item because they already got a buyer lined up. If they got a buyer lined up, they're going to just tell you to go kick, pound sand. They don't care, right? So what you would do is copy and paste this message against, like, let's say 20 items that people had for sale and just shoot this message out and see who responds. So if they respond like this girl, I would love to offer you 175. It'd be an easy sale. Is that fair? She actually said, thank you for the offer. The lowest I want to let it go for at least 200. So this is someone we can actually work with. We're only 25 bucks off here. So in this position, this is good. He said, totally understand. If I was buying and use it myself, it's a great price. I'm a reseller, so I wouldn't make anything at 200. I offer you a guaranteed sale, show up cash in my hand. That was good. I like that. Since the business is a little slow, I'm willing to pay another 10 for it. Will you take 185? I can meet you right now if you're available. I'll take it. Oh, we closed the deal. There you go. So that you did exactly what I said, and it worked. Fantastic. I didn't realize you closed it. So, Lokesh, what were you looking to critique on? Because it looks like you did a great job and you followed all the negotiation principles. And honestly, I didn't even read through this text. I just said what I would say, and you did it. So now, guys, again, this is reaching out to people on the apps that have stuff for sale. So if you're brand new, this is something you could do if it's slow or you want to practice your negotiation. It's a different animal. It's completely different psychology. Lokesh said, I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. It sounds like you did. Do you guys have any questions on that? Is there more you want me to dive into with that? And then he says, do I still offer the sellers the price from the quick reference offer making guide? Yes. I mean, you're probably going to have to pay like the higher end on these if you're reaching out to people. But Kenneth says, that's good. I know it's not your strong suit. All right. I mean, my strong suit is sales. I can close anybody. I just don't do it because we get so many leads we can't handle, But I mean, I've closed plenty of people before. I just negotiated a $5,000 deal down to $750 with someone like that for my own house. So, it's not that I don't know what I'm doing. It's just I don't do it for phones. Let's see. Kevin says, can you check mine? Okay. Let's see. I have iPhone 7 Plus. How much did you pay for it? What condition is it in? What phone company is with it? Okay. So let's look at this first response here. What do you guys say? Let's see if you can use the principles that we went over on this group chat. What would you guys say to build more rapport and lead to the close more? What would you guys use on this one? They say, I have an iPhone 7 Plus. How much do you pay for it? Hi, Tori. Good job, Joe. Yes. Yep, her name is Tori. So I would say, hi, Tori. What company is the phone with? That's a good example. Yes, definitely. Remember, we want to build rapport. We want to start this off right. So this is by saying what condition is and what phone company is. This is very direct, right? So here would be the example. By saying this, right, we're not building rapport. We're not building any emotional control. And the person doesn't feel we respect them. So this would be like going up to McDonald's and McDonald's like, what do you want for food? That would be very direct and strange, wouldn't it? Like imagine if you pulled up to the drive-thru and they said, what would you like? You'd be like, oh, well, this is weird. So instead they say, hello, welcome to McDonald's. How can I take your order today? They say it very polite and they start off because McDonald's is a multi-billion-dollar company and they know that's important to acknowledge people and use this emotion in the beginning. So, so someone says, Locust says, I had that experience McDonald's today. Oh, and I'm sure it wasn't a good experience, right? Someone says it happens to me at Taco Bell on the south side of Chicago. I'm guessing that's probably not helping their business, right? So he says, I hate that guy. Okay, getting back into it. Sorry. So then he says, no scratches. Now, sometimes you actually get forgiving customers. This is actually a pretty nice customer because they were still nice, even though what this person did, Kevin could have probably responded and gotten the emotions higher in the beginning. But she says, no scratches, excellent conditions print. It's not activated anymore. Just sitting on the table, not using it because I went to Samsung. No issues and always had a case on it and screen protector. He says, okay, great. I can do 120. Is that cool with you? Is that cool with you? Would you guys, do you think we want to use that type of stuff? Does slang words help us build rapport and professionalism in a business, you think? I probably would say, okay, great. I could do 120. Would that work? Is that fair? Does that sound cool? Now, for some of you guys, it sounds, you might be like, well, Dave, I don't speak like that. Sometimes in sales, one thing I learned in sales, and this was a very hard thing for me, is you kind of got to act as if, right? Or they say fake it till you make it. But I don't like saying the word fake because I don't want to be fake. But sometimes you've got to act as if you're a professional salesperson, talk like a professional salesperson, even if you're not a professional salesperson, yes, right? So instead of, is that cool with you, that person, you're giving them a reason to maybe be turned off if that doesn't resonate with them. Like it might resonate with you and your friends, but if it doesn't resonate from them, you're putting yourself in a lesser negotiation position if that person loses respect for you. And we never want to give anybody a reason to lose respect for us no matter what. We always want to put ourselves in the best position for success, right? So that's why that's so important. So I would say, is that fair? Is that cool? Would that work? Okay. Let's see. Let's move to the next thing. She says, no, that's okay. I used a website that buys Apple phones called Declutter, and they offer me way more, but thanks. So the person's still being really nice, actually. He says, hey, this was a decent response. How much were you looking to get for it? What do you guys think would be a better response based on the principles rather than, how much were you looking to get for it in this particular situation? She says, no, that's okay. I have a website that buys Apple phones called Declutter, and they offer me way more. What would you guys probably say on that one? Chris says they tell you the price up front. Try and match the amount of text you use. Mirror her. Says if she used it, maybe I would, but if not. Joe says I can pay cash right now. Chris says I would highly recommend selling it to them. That's a great price. Oh, wow, Tori, that's an amazing offering. Okay. I don't know how much. So he said, let's look at the price. He said 120. I don't think she said how much they offered. She said they can offer more. So I wouldn't say that's a great price. I don't think she actually said the price, right? I would probably say in that one, How much do they offer to you? I would say, okay, that makes sense. How much did they offer? I say that makes sense because, again, I'm acknowledging them. I'm showing them I'm not trying to beat them, and I don't think they're foolish. I don't think they're a sucker. I say, okay, well, yeah, if they offered you more, that makes sense. How much do they offer? And let's see if I got any information to deal with here on that. So she says 224. So 224 on an iPhone 7 Plus for Sprint is very high, I think. Let's look it up. Let's do an appraisal on this. iPhone 7 Plus for Sprint. See what they're selling for. So $299, and they're offering her. Yeah, so probably actually is going to sell, I'd say for like $270. So more than likely, this place really isn't actually going to pay that $224. I can almost guarantee it. A lot of these companies, what they do is they do like a bait and switch. So they have these good condition things, right? Then they get the phone in, they send the customer an email, and they say like, hey, there's a couple scratches here. We can only do poor condition, and that's $160. And then they lowball them because they get the phone already. The person's just like, yeah, sure, I'll take it and agree. It's not good business, but that's how these things go. So what I would do, this is a little bit more advanced, and you can do this, especially if it's a mail-in company. I would say, this would be my response. Wow, that is a really good price. To be honest, it seems unrealistic, but if they will do it, then I would definitely go for it. But if you would like, I can do a guaranteed, and let's say 180, guaranteed 180 cash in hand today. So I'm not just saying, hey, well, I could do 180 cash in hand today. I'm acknowledging, wow, that's a really good price. So building trust. Remember, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So building trust, wow, that's a really good price. To be honest, it seems kind of unrealistic, but if they will do that, I would definitely go for it. So what I want to do is instill doubt. I want to say, well, to be honest, it seems a little unrealistic. So now they might go, well, yeah, because remember, they got to ship this phone into these strangers. I know they're scared to send that phone in. And that's why they reached out to me, because if they wanted to send that phone in, they would have already done it. I say, to be honest, it seems unrealistic, but they will do that, then I would definitely go for it. That builds trust. Remember, they know, like, and trust me. I said, wow, that's a really good price. They like me, and then they trust me. And I said, but if you would like, I could do a guaranteed 180 cash in hand today. It is totally up to you. Now, I always say follow up with the close, right? This is a statement. It is totally up to you. Oh, I did it backwards. But it's actually like a closing question in disguise. When I say, oh, it's totally up to you. It is your choice. As I learned this from my friends, your choice. It's totally up to you. It's your choice. So when they say that, now that person that person has complete trust in us. They don't think we're trying to just get one over on them. We've built up the emotional and the extrinsic value with them in the negotiation, and they're like, okay, well, I mean, it would be nice to get that 180 cash today, I'll be honest. But you notice how I built it up, though. It's very important you put the pieces together the right way, because just one of these sentences missing could cost you to lose that deal. Because if you just say, let's say you skip this, you say, I could do 180 cash today, and you don't say it's totally up to you, and you just leave it like that. You have no emotion, and the person thinks you're trying to get one over them. They think they're a sucker, and you're going to beat them, so that you lose the deal. So you have to piece this all together. It is totally up to you. Now I put the ball in their court. Let me see. Chris says you'd pay 180 for a 7 Plus. Oh wow. Tom Max says declutter, Better Business Bureau, 89 complaints in the last 12 months. Had a feeling that was the case with that one. So I was probably right. Is they're probably taking people's phones and doing that. Now I never like to put another business down in order to gain business. I don't think that's ethical, and I don't think it actually makes us look good either. So I don't think I would like show them the reviews, but I would just say, to be honest, it seems a little unrealistic, but if they would do that, I would definitely go for it, right? Chris says Grant Cardone will. Well, you know, you could do that. I mean, you could try it and see if it works for you, then go for it. You know, whatever is working, keep doing that. I personally don't feel right about bashing a business, but if you really wanted to and they asked, you could send them the reviews or something like that. You know, the phone is selling at, you know, $250. You're still going to make a $50 profit on that if you had to go up that. I would go that high on that phone if I were you. But if you don't feel comfortable, go up to 150, 160. You're still going to make a good $60 profit, and that's good. All right. Jeff says, I really like this rebuttal. I get shopped a lot, and it's frustrating. Okay, good. So I hope this is helpful. Guys, I didn't realize we really went deep. It's 9:20 now, so I probably should get this group chat over soon. Can you guys all tell me what were some of your favorite things on this group chat today, and did you like it? Like, what was this too advanced for the new people? Did you guys understand it? Did it make your life easier? Did you like this? I could do more of this stuff if you want. Jeff says, deep. This is great. This has learned a bunch. This, enjoyed all of it. Great new negotiation ideas. Kenneth says, please no. Please no, don't do anymore. Don't do this again. Or please no, don't stop. Kevin says, very good chat. I needed this. NW says, I leaked the eBay demo search. Says, all is good. Loved it. Some of the rebuttal phrases, tons of great information. Oh, don't end it. Oh, okay. Mohammed says, I actually like when you went over Kevin's profile. Ah, okay. The profile. That's interesting. Easy money. I like to know what were you looking to get. Kevin says, can you go over the last photo really quickly? Keep going. Keep going. Someone says, can you share the notes? Yeah, I could probably save these notes right here. You guys want me to post this in the group for you? I mean, the only thing is, it's not going to make sense. Like, what notes did you guys want? Did you want the 5 elements to effective negotiation? Or were you looking for like these responses here? The only thing is I didn't put I should have probably put what, you know, their response was. Sorry guys, I didn't do that. Maybe in the next one we can build out another kind of like bunch of responses for you guys to use as well. It says you should title the notes to the chat. Screenshot, sip it, no need for the notes. Save the rebuttal notes. Yes, what you guys could do is when you're doing when you're watching the group chat, just pause it and get this thing called it's called the snipping tool. You can just snip these results right here. Go like this. You just snip it. You can cut it and save it for yourself and just go like that and use it. Says okay, cool. Oh, Kenneth says Command Shift +3 for Mac users. Thank you, Kenneth. Appreciate that. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today, guys. I hope this was really helpful for you guys, and keep on crushing it. I will see you guys in the next group chat. Thank you very much for participating, and thank you, by the way, for all the people who shared that. I really appreciate you guys putting it out there. All your screenshots. I know it's scary to do that, and I really have a lot of respect for the guys that let us use your negotiations today. Thank you. Appreciate it, and I hope it was helpful for you. See you guys.